About 4 hours into a 6-hour drive, I realized I couldn't keep going. Not because I needed gas, but because I was starting to lose consciousness behind the wheel. My eyes kept closing for just a fraction of a second. That terrifying moment where you blink and suddenly you're way farther down the road than you remember driving. I turned the music up, rolled the window down. Cold air rushed in and shocked my face awake, but it only lasted a minute. I needed caffeine. The highway was completely deserted. No headlights, no taillights, nothing. I hadn't seen another car in at least 20 minutes. Then I noticed a faint glow ahead, a gas station sign. Relief hit me instantly. As I got closer, the relief faded. This wasn't a chain station. No bright branding, no modern lights, just an old, forgotten gas station that looked like it hadn't changed in decades. 2 pumps, 1 small building, and a hand-painted sign that read, "Last stop for 70 miles." I pulled in. The parking lot was empty, except for a single beat-up truck parked along the side of the building. I assumed it belonged to whoever was working the night shift. I filled my tank, paid at the pump, and went inside. I should have gotten back in my car and left. But I needed coffee, and I needed the bathroom. The store was small, a few narrow aisles of snacks and car supplies. In the back corner sat a coffee station with glass pots that looked like they'd been sitting there for hours. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, making everything feel slightly wrong. Behind the counter stood the attendant, a man in his 50s. Gray hair, deep lines in his face. He looked exhausted, like he hadn't slept in days. A TV behind him played a late-night infomercial with the volume turned low. When he looked up at me, his expression changed. Just for a second. "Just grabbing a coffee," I said. I poured myself a cup. It tasted burnt and bitter. I didn't care. I added a candy bar and walked back to the counter. As he rang me up, his eyes kept drifting past me, toward the windows, toward my car. "Driving alone?" he asked. "Yeah, long trip. A few more hours?" I nodded. He stared out the window again. I turned to look. There was nothing out there. Just my car and an empty highway. Then he slid something across the counter. A napkin. 2 sentences written in pen. "You're being followed. Don't go back to your car." He pointed to a small security monitor behind the counter. The screen showed the parking lot. My car was there, and beside it, something stood next to the passenger door, facing the store, not moving. I spun around and looked outside. Nothing. Back to the monitor, the shape was still there. "It doesn't show up when you look directly," he said, "only on cameras." He told me people who went back outside never made it. He showed me a folder. Missing person reports, news articles. 4 people in 8 months. All stopped here. All went back to their cars. He locked the front door. "Just until sunrise," he said. Every few minutes I checked the monitor. The figure was always there. After about an hour, I asked to use the bathroom. As I passed the counter, I glanced at the monitor again. The timestamp read 11:47 p.m. It was after 3 a.m. The footage wasn't live. It was looping. I opened the back room. Not a bathroom. Storage. Shelves lined with boxes, each labeled with a date. Inside one box, a wallet, keys, a cracked phone. He hadn't warned anyone. He'd taken them. He blocked the doorway, holding a length of cord.
My hand found a rusted wrench. I swung. I ran, smashed the window, climbed through broken glass, bleeding, didn't stop.
I drove for an hour without stopping. At a rest stop, I called 911. The sun began to rise. I should have felt safe, but when I looked back at the store, I remembered the monitor. The figure was still there, standing exactly where I had been. I'll never drive that highway again. And if you ever see a sign that says, "Last stop for 70 miles," don't stop. Just keep driving.